My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940. I'm 24 right now.
And that time after Bruce Lee died, there's so many action movies. There's so many terrible action movies in that time.
That time, everybody know after Bruce Lee died, there's so many Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, Bruce Table, Bruce Chair, all Bruce.
The common narrative about Jackie Chan rejecting Bruce Lee's fighting style doesn't tell the whole story. There's a deeper, more nuanced explanation behind their different approaches to martial arts cinema. Let's explore what really happened between these two legends and correct some misconceptions. Welcome everyone. I'm Marcus, and on this channel, we examine the fascinating stories behind martial arts icons and their incredible journeys. Few figures have shaped global martial arts cinema more profoundly than Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. While both revolutionized how martial arts appeared on screen, their approaches and impacts were remarkably different. Bruce Lee's martial arts evolution was anything but conventional. After moving from Hong Kong to America in 1959, he discovered that his Wing Chun techniques needed adaptation when training with physically larger opponents. This period of experimentation became crucial to his development. To test his evolving techniques, Bruce actively sought confrontations. He frequented challenging neighborhoods in Seattle, particularly Rainier Valley, to engage in real encounters. These experiences, combined with notable confrontations against instructor Yuichi Nakachi and Wong Jack Man, revealed limitations in his traditional training approach. These realizations pushed Bruce to develop better footwork, enhance his conditioning, and create a fighting philosophy focused on simplicity, directness, and efficiency. This culminated in Jeet Kune Do, which Bruce described as scientific street fighting. What made Jeet Kune Do revolutionary was its break from traditional martial arts' rigid structures in favor of practical application. Unlike many kung fu styles shrouded in mythology, Jeet Kune Do emerged from practical combat experience gained through a decade of training, teaching, and fighting. His pragmatic approach prioritized effective techniques over tradition. This philosophy of efficiency translated directly to screen, where Bruce's fight scenes delivered brutal realism and visceral impact. He didn't merely perform techniques. He embodied a revolutionary martial arts philosophy that transformed the genre forever. When Bruce returned to Hong Kong in the early 1970s, he entered a film industry dominated by wuxia films featuring mythical swordsmen. While a shift toward more grounded martial arts was already emerging, Bruce Lee became the movement's definitive star. Starting with The Big Boss, 1971, his films revolutionized martial arts cinema. Unlike the choreographed, dance-like sequences typical of that era, Bruce's fights were raw, fast, and incredibly powerful. His characters possessed psychological depth, often driven by personal struggles and philosophical journeys that elevated storytelling in action films. The authenticity he brought to the screen was unprecedented. Audiences weren't simply watching choreography, they were witnessing Jeet Kune Do's power in action. Bruce's influence extended beyond his films, introducing martial arts to global audiences and breaking cultural barriers. His characters represented more than fighting prowess, they symbolized resilience, identity, and social justice. Bruce often portrayed conflicts between personal ethics and societal expectations, adding complexity rarely seen in action cinema of that period. His influence remains evident in contemporary action films where intricate choreography, complex characters, and philosophical elements have become standard. Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist but a cultural phenomenon whose legacy continues shaping the genre. However, his untimely death created a vacuum that the film industry desperately attempted to fill, leading to what became known as Bruceploitation. The Bruceploitation era represented the industry's frantic attempts to fill the void left by Bruce Lee's passing. For those unfamiliar, this refers to numerous films produced during the 1970s featuring actors cast specifically to capitalize on Bruce Lee's image and fame, often with questionable results. The demand for new Bruce Lee films was so overwhelming that studios went to extraordinary lengths to find anyone who could remotely resemble the martial arts legend. This desperation spawned a wave of films starring actors with physical similarities to Bruce Lee or any connection to him, regardless of how tenuous. Casting criteria for the next Bruce Lee primarily considered three factors: physical appearance, martial arts capability, and any connection to Bruce Lee, however slight. Studios sought actors who could convincingly imitate Lee's appearance and fighting style, even if they had minimal acting or martial arts experience. One early example of this exploitation appears in Fist of a Unicorn, which Bruce briefly participated in to support his friend Unicorn Chen. Without Bruce's knowledge, the crew secretly recorded him, later incorporating this footage into the film. They even hired a stand-in to create scenes suggesting Bruce's character was training Unicorn's character, and marketed Bruce as the fight choreographer despite his lack of involvement.
The industry's desperation extended beyond finding Bruce Lee lookalikes.
They cast individuals with any connection to him. Angela Mao, who played Bruce Lee's sister in Enter the Dragon, was heavily promoted as Bruce Lee's sister in subsequent films, becoming a major kung fu actress. Similarly, Jim Kelly from Enter the Dragon was marketed as the Black Bruce Lee in several productions.
This frenzy led to the first true Bruceploitation film, Bruce Lee Super Dragon, starring Bruce Lee, James O'Chung-dao.
Though poorly received for its lack of authenticity, Bruce Lee continued starring in similar films, most notably Bruce Lee, The Man, The Myth, 1976, considered among the better Bruce Lee biographical films despite being released just years after his death. As Bruceploitation continued, the industry produced films focusing on Bruce Lee's death and the search for his successor. Some were self-referential, featuring stories about unknowns transformed into stars pretending to be the next Bruce Lee, only to realize they were being exploited just as Bruce Lee's legacy was. Other films attempted creating prequels and sequels to Bruce Lee's movies with various actors replacing him. The desperation even led to including Sammo Hung, who had briefly appeared with Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. As a talented fight choreographer at Golden Harvest Studios, Sammo was among few who could convincingly replicate Bruce Lee's style. The Bruceploitation era ultimately highlighted the film industry's vulnerability to trends and willingness to compromise quality for profit. While providing temporary financial benefits and maintaining the martial arts genre during a difficult period, it underscored Bruce Lee's irreplaceable nature. The numerous imitators and mediocre films only reinforced that Bruce Lee was a singular icon whose legacy could never be truly duplicated. Before Jackie Chan became synonymous with innovative action comedy, he was a young performer attempting to establish himself in Bruce Lee's shadow. Enrolled at the China Drama Academy from childhood, Jackie immersed himself in Peking opera training, developing physical skills, acrobatics, and stage presence that would later define his distinctive style. Jackie's early career involved a gradual ascent through Hong Kong's film industry. While still studying at the China Drama Academy, he progressed from background roles to becoming a recognized Lung Fu martial artist, a respected kung fu stuntman, while still in his teens, marking him as a rising talent in martial arts cinema. His first starring role came at age 18 in The Cub Tiger from Guangdong, also known as Master with Cracked Fingers. The production was far from glamorous, lacking script, budget, and direction, with Jackie eventually paying the stunt team from his own funds. This experience provided a harsh introduction to filmmaking realities. Despite these early challenges, Jackie's stunt work in major productions like Fist of Fury and Enter the Dragon exposed him to industry operations. However, after Bruce Lee's unexpected death, Hong Kong's martial arts film industry declined significantly, leaving Jackie with few opportunities. Facing diminishing prospects and career uncertainty, Jackie temporarily relocated to Australia where his parents resided. Upon returning to Hong Kong, he sought work wherever available, eventually reconnecting with friend Sammo Hung, who was working on a kung fu film directed by John Woo. Sammo brought Jackie into Hand of Death as both actor and assistant fight director. Though commercially unsuccessful, this project proved pivotal for Jackie. Under Woo's guidance, he began learning directorial techniques that would prove invaluable later in his career. With martial arts films still struggling commercially, Jackie faced potential industry departure after Hand of Death underperformed. Financial difficulties forced him to borrow from his girlfriend to return to Australia, where he worked various jobs including construction and dishwashing while contemplating his future. His fortunes changed when Willie Chan, later his longtime manager, contacted him and reintroduced Jackie to Hong Kong director Lo Wei, beginning a new chapter in his career. These early experiences, from rigorous Peking opera training to struggling as a young stuntman, fundamentally shaped Jackie's filmmaking approach. Willie Chan's call transformed Jackie Chan's life, but his return to Hong Kong presented unexpected challenges. Upon returning, Jackie was immediately cast in roles designed to position him as Bruce Lee's successor. Director Lo Wei, determined to capitalize on Bruce Lee's legacy, featured Jackie in films like New Fist of Fury and Shaolin Wooden Men, portraying serious, vengeance-driven characters completely contrary to Jackie's natural personality. Jackie received the stage name Xing Long, becoming the Dragon, clearly echoing Bruce Lee's Xiaolong, Little Dragon moniker. However, Jackie felt profound discomfort with these roles, finding them rigid, one-dimensional, and lacking the nuance he desired as an actor. Privately, he expressed frustrations to manager Willie Chon, noting that these roles contradicted his personality. Jackie's struggle extended beyond acting to fundamental differences in training backgrounds. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune emphasized practicality, efficiency, and directness for real combat situations, a philosophy developed through street fights, sparring, and teaching. Conversely, Jackie's Peking opera background emphasized theatrical movements, acrobatics, and exaggerated expressions. This training made Jackie exceptionally versatile, capable of blending martial arts with comedy and drama, but his style was inherently more performance-oriented than Bruce Lee's realistic, direct approach. The industry's attempt to transform Jackie into a Bruce Lee replica overlooked these essential differences. While Bruce's on-screen fights were concise, brutal, and efficient, Jackie naturally gravitated toward elaborate sequences incorporating dance elements and physical comedy. This conflict was evident in films made under Lo Wei, where Jackie's talents were constrained by pressure to replicate Bruce Lee's intensity. As Jackie later observed, their approaches fundamentally differed. Bruce kicked high while Jackie kept his legs low. Bruce screamed fiercely while fighting, but Jackie preferred expressing pain through facial expressions and comedic reactions. Jackie's films during this period performed poorly. New Fist of Fury bombed commercially, and other productions either failed or remained unreleased due to poor reception. Both industry insiders and audiences harshly criticized Jackie, labeling him box office poison, with constant Bruce Lee comparisons becoming an overwhelming burden. These failures weren't merely professional setbacks but deeply personal blows to Jackie's confidence. During particularly low moments, he confessed to Willie Chon that the pressure had become unbearable, with forced roles so misaligned with his strengths that he questioned his place in film. Yet despite such adversity, Jackie's resilience never wavered. He knew breaking free from this imposed mold was essential for success on his own terms. The immense pressure of being asked to emulate a legend while suppressing natural creative instincts seems overwhelming. Yet such challenges often spark true innovation. Jackie Chan's career reached its pivotal turning point with 1978's Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. Directed by Yuan Wu-ping, this film marked a dramatic departure from his previous roles under Lo Wei. Here, Jackie received creative freedom to incorporate his natural charisma, humor, and acrobatic talents into the character. The result refreshed martial arts cinema, showcasing Jackie's unique ability to combine intricate stunts with comedic elements. A standout sequence features the climactic confrontation where Jackie's character employs snake-style kung fu against the antagonist. The fluid, snake-like movements paired with impeccable comedic timing offered audiences something entirely new. Drunken Master, released later that same year, cemented Jackie Chan's superstar status. The film introduced audiences to the drunken fist style, requiring Jackie to perform elaborate, seemingly unbalanced movements while maintaining precise control. The famous final battle sequence, where Jackie transitions seamlessly between drunken stumbling and deadly precision, is widely considered among cinema's greatest action sequences. This groundbreaking blend of slapstick humor and martial arts established new genre standards. Jackie Chan's success with these films didn't just represent personal triumph, it redefined martial arts cinema entirely. Before Jackie, martial arts films featured serious, intense heroes like Bruce Lee, whose screen persona embodied philosophical depth and unyielding strength. Bruce's characters typically pursued justice with unwavering determination, and his fight scenes were quick, efficient, and brutal, reflecting his Jeet Kune philosophy. By contrast, Jackie Chan introduced a lighter, more accessible approach. His heroes could be vulnerable and humorous while remaining martially skilled. Jackie's characters often relied on wit and agility as much as fighting ability. This combination of humor, elaborate stunts, and martial arts not only entertained but made the genre accessible to broader audiences. Jackie's films broke established conventions, offering fresh perspectives on martial arts cinema. While Bruce Lee built his legacy on seriousness and philosophical depth, Jackie built his on innovation and entertainment, proving multiple pathways existed to captivate audiences. These breakthrough films marked Jackie's emergence as a global film star and pioneered the action comedy genre, influencing countless productions in both Hong Kong and Hollywood. Drunken Master achieved massive commercial success, establishing Jackie's unique style and launching a series of successful films confirming his action comedy mastery. Jackie's distinctive approach not only carved his industry niche but eventually surpassed even Bruce Lee's box office performance. His ability to consistently deliver entertaining, innovative films built a worldwide fan base. Jackie's stardom reached another milestone when signing with Golden Harvest Studios, Bruce Lee's former studio home. Taking over Bruce Lee's office represented more than symbolism. It acknowledged Jackie as Hong Kong cinema's new ambassador. However, rather than following Bruce Lee's path, Jackie forged his own route based on his unique blend of martial arts, humor, and stunt work. By embracing his strengths and maintaining his vision, Jackie Chan overcame typecasting challenges and early career failures to become one of martial arts cinema's most beloved and influential figures. His legacy, like Bruce Lee's, continues inspiring and entertaining global audiences. Remember this: success comes not from imitation but innovation. Ironically, Jackie Chan's failure to become the next Bruce Lee created his breakthrough opportunity to express his authentic self. The claim that Jackie Chan refused Bruce Lee's fighting style misses the truth. Jackie found success by embodying Bruce Lee's fighting philosophy in his own unique way. Perhaps this represents the truest expression of Jeet Kune Do principles. Both Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee teach us to remain authentic and forge our own paths toward greatness. What are your thoughts on the different journeys these legends took to achieve success? I'd love to hear your perspectives on these martial arts icons' different approaches. If you're new here, subscribe and activate notifications to never miss our martial arts history explorations. For more fascinating Bruce Lee stories, check out the account of his confrontation with a Seattle karate master or the remarkable incident involving a stuntman on his friend's film set. I hope you've enjoyed this examination of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan's legacies. Keep training, remember proper breathing, and join me for the next exploration.